to do an enemy of the people, because most colleges around that have uh, given the exams have all done an enemy of the people. So we will also stick to that. We will follow what the entire board syllabus is doing. So let's start with nose versus eyes. Let's see how much time we have on us also at the end. Page 87, 88 actually. All right, we begin. It's completely humorous poem. It's a funny poem. All right, the genre is humor, and the nose and the eye symbolize the human behavior. So it's a metaphorical poem. It's not the nose and eyes talking. It's about how human behavior perceives and how human behavior changes. Okay, let's read about the poet William Cowper. William Cowper was one of the most popular 18th century English poets and composers of hymns. Hymns are prayer songs. Okay, his poems deal with nature and every life. He is aptly described Coleridge as the best modern poet of his times. Though he studied jurisprudence, he later admitted that he was not much inclined to the legal profession. He wrote, "Happy is the one who knows just as much of the law to make himself as a little merry now and then with the solemnity of the judicial proceedings." Nose versus eyes is a satire on the judicial system. So what is it? It's a satire. That means it's actually digging at the judiciary. Okay, it's speaking about how the judiciary is maybe lopsided. That's what you could write. The satire is when you dig at someone or you give them a lopsided idea. It also mocks at the stone-blind justice in a humorous manner, emphasizing upon the lack of empathy and common sense. So what is judiciary? It is one that is constantly looking out to give justice, but only if there's proof. And if there's no proof, even a victim who has really been assaulted can be one that gets no justice. And a criminal who's really done something wrong and has nothing against him is someone who can get away scot-free. And that's what the poem is all about. Okay, it's about the nose versus eyes, where each one is speaking about how the nose is saying that how he is responsible for something, while the eyes are saying that they are more powerful. It only shows how two people in a court of law or two parties in a court of law both try to defend themselves, but the truth of it is each one is important and the judiciary can only see one side. They don't see both the sides. So please write on top, humorous poem. Okay. Humorous poem. Put a dash and write down. It is a dispute between the nose it is a dispute between the nose and the eyes regarding the ownership of the spectacles. Regarding the ownership of the spectacles. Okay. So the nose on one side is saying that the spectacles rest on it, so it is more important for the spectacles. The eyes, on the other hand, say that the spectacle is actually made not for the nose, but it's made for the eyes. So it's the eyes that's more important and play a more orient role when it comes to the spectacles. And both are trying to fight on how each one plays their own role. So let's see the poem. Nose versus eyes. Between nose and eyes, a strange contest arose. The spectacles set them unhappily wrong. The point in dispute was, as all the world knows, to which the said spectacles ought to belong. Okay, so there was a dispute, there was a contest that the nose and the eyes decided to have because they had the dispute between themselves. And what was this dispute? The nose said that the spectacles belong to him, whereas the eyes said, no, the spectacles belong to me. Each one thought that the spectacles played an important role to them, or rather, they were important for the spectacles to rest on a human being's face. So that is why this contest was come up. Okay, each was going to put their own probations, each was going to put their own fight, each was going to put up their own proof and prove why that organ is maybe more powerful than the other. Please take down your figures of speech. First line, it's an inversion. First line, an inversion. And last line, alliteration. Okay, inversion, because it shouldn't be written like this. It should be written as a strange contest arose between nose and eyes. So that should be the right one. And alliteration, S is repeated in said and spectacles. Okay. So we've got those two figures of speech. Remember, this is a courtroom scene, and both the nose and the eyes are trying to their level best to show that each one is mightier than the other. So tongue was the lawyer. So you have the two. One is an accusation and one is maybe a defense, or an offender and a defender. And in all this, the tongue was the lawyer. The tongue was the one who had to make up its mind whether the nose or the eyes were actually more powerful. So tongue was the lawyer and argued the cause with great deal of skill and a wig full of learning. He argued. He argued both for the nose and the eyes. But what happened? While Chief Baron, underline Chief Baron and write down the judge. Chief Baron, judge. While Chief Baron here sat to balance the laws, so famed for his talent in nicely discerning. So you have four characters now, as of now, in the two stanzas. First is the nose, second is the eyes, third is the lawyer, who is the tongue, and fourth is the judge, who is the ear. Because remember, judges are meant to listen. Judges are meant to listen to both the sides of the stories.